Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde patch preparation review stuff. That is what I'm going with. That's what I'm saying. Here we go. First off, I am going to just say, here are some new characters. Show off something very new right off before I get to a lot of long-winded talking. But here we go. Here are some of the new mobs that we are going to see in the two new maps. The first map in the Hinterlands, the second map in the Graveyard Zone, and these are the next ones. You can see snakes, you can see new rocks elementals, you can see icicles, you can see a pillar that looks like it has multiple mouths on it. That looks very curious. We will remember that for later. And then you can see the snake jazz band and the Threeper at the bottom. The Threeper looks very cool to me. I'm a big fan of that. So these are just some of the new enemy models that we are going to be seeing in the new maps. So now we're getting into some of the more specifics for the patch. The patch right now, as stated, is about 90% complete, which is fantastic. And every ability, every single ability, every enemy damage value, and the Divinity Web, the nodes have been reworked. 100% of the damages have been changed for all of the weapons, which is fantastic. With that involved, weapons will be going from a maximum of 40 levels to a maximum of 25 levels. That means if you can reach level 104, or 100 even, 100, you will get to max level. And if you get to max level with all of your weapons, that's pretty fantastic. Now, you may ask, what does that mean for my cooldown, you know? Cooldown reduction is going down to 5 levels. That is right, only 5 levels of cooldown reduction will be needed, and they did say they are doubling the potency of cooldown reduction, which is awesome. You don't have to waste 10 levels on every single weapon to get your cooldown down. You're going to get much more powerful much early on. It is very fantastic. Very much looking forward to that. And with that, that leads us to enemy behavior changes. And there are 3 major enemy behavior changes that are coming. That's right. First of all, projectiles. If you notice on the left side towards the middle, that tombstone that had the mouths on it that I was just talking about, it shoots balls in all directions. That's pretty fantastic. You can see enemies that we already have in the game, such as the rock, the wasp, the skull on the left there. They will indeed have projectiles added to them as well. Mini bosses get projectiles added to them. It's going to be fantastic. These projectiles also have a slightly higher quality version that they did add on the Discord, so please check out the Discord. I always say, please check out the Discord if you can, but I'm trying to give you that update from there as well. So these are just some of the higher quality images that they do have, and it is looking pretty good. I do have note from a developer that these projectiles cannot be destroyed. You will have to dodge them at your own peril. From there, after you're getting shot by everything, you now have damaging auras to worry about. That's right, they're enemies that will be getting a damaging aura. Now, they stated that this damaging aura will be a minor minor dot per second, small amount of damage every second. I don't know if that's 5 damage per second. I don't know if that's 2 damage per second. Maybe it's only 1. But maybe it's 10, 10 could be minor. If you have 200 hit points, that's 5%, so that's not even that much. So I don't know what the definition of minor is, but you don't obviously want to be standing in it. So the Moon Mummy gets even stronger with his glorious looking aura. And this was the original picture that was posted, and then this is actually a new picture that they posted when they were working on the models themselves. So you can see the fire is a bit more brilliant, the frost there is a bit more crackly, and it looks more crisp to me, I think. And then, of course, the swirling galaxy looks amazing. Hate it because it's going to be on the Moon Mummy. The Moon Mummy is the bane of my existence, but that is actually a good thing. So that is very fantastic to hear. From here, we have our 3rd major change, and that are ground attacks. Here we go. In the top left, you can actually see how they will work. An enemy will stop. They will have predictable attack locations. There will be a tell on the ground for where these happen, and then something will erupt from it. There are 2 types of somethings. The left side, I believe, are type 1. Type 1 just being a attack. It will appear, it will shoot up from the ground, and that will be that. It will do its damage, it will hit you, or it will miss, and then it will go away. The second are on the right side, so that's the sandcastles and the tombstones and the cones, I believe. Although the cones say they despawn after 8 seconds, not with health. You can see that the sandcastles and the tombstones do have HP. They have HP because they are actually destructible objects. Now, will they give you extra experience? I don't know, but you can't move through them. Where it does appear that the other attacks, maybe they will do their damage, much like your spear would do damage, and once it's up, you can walk through them, and they're just not interactable after that point. So that's actually very neat to know. And again, much like this on the Discord, they have just a higher res version of all of the projectiles that they're currently working on. So here we go. You can see, I think the flame sword looks really amazing. It's looking pretty good. I'm very, very excited for all of this coming up. So I do want to keep this a little short, so I'm going to get into the rest of this really, really fast. So they do have one other little update, which is a hardcore experience bar. Look at that beautiful thing. It has the skulls on the side. It looks pretty. It has, some little flare in the center. I'm a fan of that look. But the last two things I do want to point out are these two comments. One was actually posted on one of my videos, so thank you very much. And if you're still listening, I greatly appreciate it. And this was when I was doing my Arrow video, which actually did post today, I believe, when I am doing this. So that's pretty neat. And you can see that the Black Reaper mini-boss, I was unaware that he did 1,000 damage. He does do 1,000 damage, so I just wanted everyone to be very careful. He also did say that the arrow is crazy and that we won't be able to do that soon. The ability balance is pushing towards needing more than one ability to do well. So with the change of lowering weapons from 40 levels to 25 levels, they are also making it much more dependent on having multiple weapons to succeed. Not just, okay, now they're 25 levels, and if you get one weapon to 25, you win, period. You're going to want multiple weapons, which is fantastic. I think that's the right move. I'm very excited for that. This is where I did find out officially that you can't kill projectiles and you will actually have to dodge. And another thing to note, which was not stated anywhere, is that mini-boss health is going way up. And I think that is a huge benefit. If they did not add projectiles and damage auras and things like that, I don't think it would matter too much. It would be more of a nuisance. But with the fact that they're actually interacting with you in a way that you have to actually consider them a threat in some regard, whether it's a big aura that you want to stay away from, or fireballs that you're constantly dodging and you just want to get them killed because, you don't want to be dodging these balls, that's great. I'm a big fan of that, so that is another thing to look forward to. And then the last bit of text at the bottom is actually a quote from the Steam release that has just come out, and it's that there's a lot of tuning and tweaking to do across the game, and if all goes well, it will be done with all the content for the patch this week. So this week they should be wrapping up all the coding, not officially, but for all the prime development this week. Now, does that mean the patch is coming out this week? I wish, but my guess is it's going to be sometime next week, as the next line then says, then we test, fix, test, to get all the bugs out before releasing it to the wild. So while I was hoping for the patch to be this week, I am more expecting it to be another week at least. Because they're going to have the prime development done for the core concepts and things that they want in the patch, and then there's going to be a period of test and fix, and once that period is over, the patch will be released. Now, that being said, it is very possible that turnaround could be faster. I don't know, but I think it's safe to say that it will be most likely next week from my perspective. So that is the update for the patch and where it stands. I think this is all very exciting. I am, thrilled for it all. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Please share your comments. Let me know what you think of any of this information. I think all of the new graphics look very cool. I'm very excited for the new mechanics myself. And, hardcore mode is going to be, I say a blast, but, any death wipes your save. So, side note, one thing that they did say was there was a bug that would occasionally freeze your game, and if you were in hardcore mode, that counted as a death. So, one of the devs had their save deleted multiple times. So, we don't want that released into the wild. I will say it would be very, very saddening to get reasonably far and then, oh, the game froze. Oh, that's that. Oh, too bad. Too bad, so sad. But yes, this is where things stand. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and happy hunting.